Here's an excellent example of some of the problems you will have if you're going to use finish nails or brad nails to apply cedar siding. And I would imagine this would also apply to other types of wood siding, redwood, regular Douglas fir, stuff like that. You can see that the cedar is actually separating, and it's actually either pulling through the nail or just pulling the nails out. Now, I didn't get a good picture, but they actually used brad nails, and these things were small. If I was to guess, they would have been less than an 18 gauge if they make them that small. They were thin. It looked like something you would have used for, I don't know, making a picture frame, dollhouse, something like that. But this should give you a good idea. This was a building that was located about 200 yards from the ocean, so it's getting plenty of moisture, and at the same time it's getting some heat. So we've got contraction and expansion going on, and it doesn't really take much. Even if this wood was kiln dried, it was a dry lumber with very little moisture in it. If this wood gets wet, guess what happens? Now, when the wood gets wet and starts to dry out, you're going to actually have movement. Remember, when wood gets wet, it will expand. When it dries out, it will shrink or contract. And what's happening here is we actually have the lumber is twisting and warping. It's actually starting to take its natural course, and this wouldn't have happened if everything was fastened down with a regular flat head set. So just something to think about if you're planning on installing any type of siding. Make sure that you understand what the manufacturer recommends. Usually these people know best. Now, I would imagine that either an architect or someone else called out for this type of nailing, or the contractor took it upon themselves before getting more information. And again, this is the stuff I run into a lot in the construction business. Someone builds something and they take it upon themselves to make the best judgment possible, and usually doesn't end up working out very well, especially in a situation like this.